All right, this is our worship setup for May 29th. And I'm sorry, you have my apologies, guys. I think people have been waiting on this because I got into Because 50 and I completely forgot about these things. And I wanted to do it and want to make sure I keep up. But I happen to be in New York at the time. I'm attending a conference here put on by the church that we partner with, and they're hosting it. And so we thought we'd kind of get involved with them. And I'm in a place called Roosevelt Island. Roosevelt Island is just off the East River. I think I see some people that just pulled up behind me. Going to get them out of the shot. But you can kind of see where I am. I know everybody feels very sorry for me for being here. But anyway, but I think it's good to do this, not just to show off where I am, but for all of our worship teams, every single week, you got to remember that what we do goes far beyond where we are. That's very important to remember. We've developed intentional relationships with people here in New York and a church planting network that are really, really solid. They've got a midtown. They've got several sites around here in Greater New York, and we support them. And they're our friends. And they've been to our church. They've come and looked and studied some of the things that we did, and so we're all in this together. So that's pretty cool, kind of great opportunity. But okay, for May 29th. We're going to be in the series called Created, and the whole idea behind Created is God went to a whole lot of trouble to have human beings exist. It's amazing. There's this principle called the anthropic principle. The anthropic principle is there's all these different indicators in the universe that the reason we're even able to be here and live as intelligent beings on the earth, everything has to be exactly fine-tuned to give us the ability to be there. Not to mention also in our bodies, in our for our health and things. So we're going to take that idea and say God went to all this trouble, not to mention the fact that He came in Christ and died for you to make you right with Him. Surely there's more to life than just hanging out here and going to places like New York and eating a hot dog or two and just hanging out and taking up space and watching TV or whatever. Surely we all have a purpose that extends far beyond just our normal lives. And so that's what this series is about. So anything that a worship team does on the amazing characteristics of the universe or the human body or just purpose in life or mission in life, if you talk about any of that kind of stuff, I would, since this is Memorial Day weekend, in the sermon, I would kind of relate it to what would I willing to lay down my life for. Got to tie it that way. So you guys are free to use those kinds of ideas. But the Created series is all about, it's very similar. It's kind of a made for this 2.0. And so if you have any idea, maybe a story out of one of the band members, I've really found what I was wired for. I love doing lights, or I love playing bass because this is what I was wired for. Any of that kind of stuff is fair game, because what we're going to do is we're going to try to help people find their made for this. We're just doing it kind of in a different context. Now that particular day, the sermon itself, I know this is kind of, it sounds like it's off, but it's really not, is the whole subject of character. I'm going to talk out of the subject of Samson, the story of Samson, and how he was very, very gifted but had very little character, and how character relates to our made for this, and why it's so important to find more than just the fact that you can play bass or run lights or do anything in particular, but our heart condition is so critical. So anyway, hopefully that's enough to go on. You're always free to write me emails or whatever, or even call me, text me, and ask me for greater clarity on these things. But that's May 29th, the Created series, and I love serving with you guys. See you.